Okay, folks, an interesting fan theory here, and it has to do, and I know the title itself already has people going, no, no, they better not do that, Jeremy. Listen, the theory actually makes sense, because I thought the same thing when somebody told me about it, but here we go. Will Karen's water break during Zach and Fatima's wedding? Will Karen go into labor during Zach and Fatima's wedding? And if so, would Zach abandon the wedding to go be with Karen? Now, it kind of goes hand in hand with the other video I recently did about should Zach be sad if he isn't the father of Karen's twins, or at least one of the fathers. I think it comes down to how much of this show is going to rinse and repeat other black sitcoms. Like at the ending, the game season 3, Derwin and Melanie were getting married, but then Derwin's phone goes off and Janae's has gone into labor. So Derwin rushes from the altar. Well, actually, he tells Melanie and Melanie tells him to go, and then he runs away from the altar to be with Janae. And I think based on like the little montage, I think we're meant to assume that they got married like at the chapel in the hospital or something like that. And then he said DJ Derwin Jr. and Melanie's face kind of fell apart. So it's like, oh, Zach said Zach Jr. Who knows? But the first question I brought up was, wait a minute, why would Karen even be at the wedding? Like, for example, if Zach and Fatima got married, I see no legitimate reason why Karen should or would be there. I know DeVal said in the special for the 100th episode that, oh yeah, I think Zach would definitely invite Karen to the wedding. Like, why? Because it really doesn't add up. And I don't see Zach and Fatima getting married after, another, no. Okay, let me put it this way. Even if one of Karen's kids is Zach's, and Zach and Fatima got married, they would get married before the kid would be old enough to be like, the ring bearer or something like that. So I don't think he would be involved anyway. I think if any kid would do that, it would probably be Michael. But I think that it only works if, for one, Karen isn't there. But also, even if Karen wasn't there, why would Zach leave the wedding? By this point, he should know whether or not he's the dad, because allegedly, according to the mid-season finale synopsis, the paternity results will be revealed. Now, let's say Andy, Danny, and Sabrina are at the wedding. They would probably get a phone call or something saying that Karen's gone into labor, but even so, who in their polite mind would have their phones on during a wedding? Put that junk on silent. Or, I don't really see how that would work. Because even if she did go into labor, why would these girls, just up and leave? It's like, yo, that's completely rude. Especially if you were asked to be a part of the wedding. I honestly, aside from, Andy being maid of honor or bridesmaid, I don't really see Danny or Sabrina being bridesmaids. It doesn't really add up. Debatably, because they do seem to be on very friendly terms with Fatima, specifically Danny, but I just don't know. So I don't really see the point of them being in the wedding if they would just run off in the midst of a phone call saying, oh, Karen's gone into labor. But the best part of this theory, when me and this person were just bouncing ideas back and forth, they were like, remember though, in season 7, there is going to be a wedding. Because remember, Novi posted that one video where she's dressed up and she's literally on a set that looks fixed up to be a wedding ceremony that's about to take place. We know Gary and Andy are meant to be working to getting involved in a wedding. Now, Andy is unwilling to be a part of this, but it seems like she's being blackmailed or something where she has no choice. So what if something goes down where Andy gets the upper hand and exposes Gary, and the wedding is called off? Well, that actually makes sense of why Karen and the other girls will be there. Probably even Zach and Fatima. Because, Fatima's going to be there for her girl because she knows something's going down that's fishy, and Zach's going to be there because if Fatima goes, he's going. Now, let's say that wedding is it's typical Tyler Perry stuff where a wedding that is put together gets interrupted, or the couple that was meant to get married don't get married, and then out of the blue, another couple or a couple that's broken up, reconcile and get married on the spot. This could be the perfect way for Zach and Fatima to get married. But at the same time, it's like, well, I mean, they're making the most out of a wedding set. And on top of that, everybody's there. But then, Karen would probably just be like Whitley's mom in A Different World. Die, just die. But yeah, can you imagine like her stress in that moment would cause her to go into labor? And it's like, oh, well, take her out of here. And then Zach and Fatima get married on the spot. It does seem really messy, and I think a lot of people would agree that Zach and Fatima wedding should be done a bit more differently than this, but I guess you could say that it kind of makes sense thematically, because think about it. If this storyline does take place, the characters are at the location of a wedding between the most toxic, demented relationship in the entire series. But then that gets foiled, leading to the marriage of the most fan favorite, most loving / developmental. What I mean by that is the, couple with the most development, pairing in the entire show coming together for this union of love. I think it would actually be pretty cool if done correctly. So, yeah, I could see potential with this, but yeah, if Karen goes into labor, I don't know. Like, look, Karen, you ain't got to get no speech or nothing. Nobody wants to hear you're sorry. It's just like in Zatima season 2, when Belinda goes to the hospital to try to make peace with Zach and Fatima, but it's like, look, his mom is dying. This is not the time for your coming to Jesus moment. Like, no. So leave. And yeah, I think that would be great. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.